Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. Good to see you guys today. Hi Tisha, good to see you. And hello, Miss Diana. Thank you so much for your donation, love. Hope you are doing well. Are you interested in were you interested in a 10 card reading today, or did you have two questions? Hey, yes, everything is great. The weather is lovely. Things are good. No complaints. I feel like spring. I know spring is coming soon. Oh wait, yeah, in 2 days. Spring starts in 2 days. That is exciting. I'm definitely ready. He's back on his meds and going to go to treatment. That's wonderful news, Tisha. I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you for updating me and letting me know. That is definitely a relief. Good for him. I really hope that he can, that you guys can make this work. And before we get started, today I am using one of the few traditional tarot decks I have, which is my beautiful Wise Spell tarot deck. It's a beautiful gold embossed traditional RWS deck. All right, Miss Tisha, thank you so much. And you would like a 10 card reading? You got it, Diana. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. And thank you so much for your donation, Miss Tisha. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if you do any challenge messages. However, if Carson could tell me anything at this moment, what would he? I could definitely ask what he would tell you if he could tell you what's on his mind. Diana, I also have, are you familiar? Give me 1 second here. Just give me 1 sec. I have a deck that you might be interested in. I don't know if you're familiar with the Hidden Truth Oracle deck, but this has just messages from your person. What we could do is we could ask like 5 cards with tarot, or 10 cards with tarot, like what he would tell you if he could tell you. Or we could do 10 cards of these, or we can do 5 of each. Just throwing that out there. Oh, channeling. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I mean, that's what tarot is all about, is reading current energies. And especially if there's something on someone's mind. 5 of each would be great. You got it, girl. Let's start. Let's start with traditional tarot. His name's Carson. Diana, what's your sign again, and what is Carson's sign? You are very welcome, love. Thank you. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson tell Diana? if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what would Carson tell Diana if he could at this time? Okay, Tisha, you're a Capricorn and he's a Gemini. Okay. We have Four of Swords, Six of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups reversed, and the World reversed. Okay, yeah, there's definitely, you're for sure on his mind, Diana, you're for sure, what he wants to convey to you that he's not communicating with you. The Six of Cups is a communication card. Um, I don't know if you guys are in no contact at this time or if he's just not expressing himself, his emotions. But you are for sure someone who he is thinking about. You are definitely on his mind, this Ace of Swords, and beyond you just being on his mind, this is why I feel like you guys are in no contact, because this is signifying that he wants to like reinitiate some type of communication with you, because he feels that there's closure that needs to be discussed. Like things, I don't know if things ended between the two of you or what the nature of things were, but there's, with the World reversed, it's like something hasn't come, like there was something that was, there were things that were left unsaid, things that were definitely left undone. And I see that very clearly here with the Seven of Cups reversed. The Seven of Cups reversed is indicative of avoiding making decisions. And when we're talking, I'm assuming this is a romantic connection. When we're talking about romance, this is specifically in context to like avoiding making romantic decisions. And so that's what I think I think that would be a big part of what he wants. Like, I can confirm, yes, he wants to communicate something with you. These are communication cards, but I do see that there's something that he's holding back. There's a decision that he's avoiding making, but he also at the same time feels as though there's some closure that needs to be attained here. Give me 1 second. Let me know if how that resonated. Give me 1 sec. Alrighty. Now let's see here with the Hidden Truth Oracle. We are in no contact at this moment, and yes, this all resonated. Okay, that's what we like to hear. Let's see what the Hidden Truth Oracle. I don't know if you're familiar with this deck, or like I've seen other readers use it, or maybe you have it yourself. But I don't use oracle cards too often, but I think these can be pretty accurate. Angels, messengers, and very accurate actually. Otherwise I wouldn't use them. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Carson want to say to Diana if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana if he could at this time? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What would Carson say to Diana at this time if he could? Last meet, we both told each other we liked each other, and it all happened very quickly. I think there are a lot of things unsaid. No, you're all good. You're all good. Do you have long nails? I know that happens with me when I have longer nails. I'm like constantly mistyping. And I'm thinking Capricorn and Gemini, Earth, Air can be. I don't want to say impossible. It can be a little tricky sometimes. Just in terms of timing. I know I was a distraction from your pain. You and I were too young. I know that I crossed the line with you. I feel you leaving me behind. And we both know I am not the one for you. Now, I'm not taking these. The way that I read these cards, I don't quite take them literally one by one. This is telling me that this is really one of those like wrong time, wrong place, wrong time moments. I don't know how long the two of you have known one another, but what caught my eye was this: you and I were too young, because I don't know how long. It made me think I don't even know how long they've known one another for, or if you guys, what kind of history you guys have. In terms of him knowing that he crossed a line with you, I don't know how that resonates. I don't know if in terms of him feeling as though you're leaving him behind, I don't know where he really stands there. This, we both know I am not the one for you, is telling me that the closure that he wants isn't. I don't know if I didn't quite feel like it was like reconciliation in terms of like, or like starting a relationship. We've only known each other for a couple of months, and maybe he feels like he stepped over an emotional boundary. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know who the last person to contact the last person was, or if it just kind of drifted away. But you guys both told each other that you liked one another. So it's making me wonder if he's just in a place where he's not feeling emotionally ready to, and I don't know how you guys, I don't know how you guys met. I don't know if he's at this current time in a place where he's really emotionally ready to initiate a connection, a romantic connection with you, and that could be that line here, like you guys were friends, but you guys did confess to one another that you liked each other. I'm almost wondering, I don't know if the ball is in his court or in your court. Like, again, I mentioned I don't know who was the last person to text to last, if it's kind of his turn or your turn, or if it just drifted apart. But part of me is wondering, because Geminis are also very erratic with their communication, and easily distracted. And by distracted, I don't mean by another woman. I mean by just like they live kind of not chaotic lives, but yeah, kind of. Sometimes they live very chaotic lives, and it are just very very full lives. And he could have it. While you're very still clearly on his mind, um, that could be part of perhaps this hesitation that I'm sensing is, at least at the current time, it doesn't feel permanent. I do sense the two of you both really like each other, and I do sense there is potential, like genuinely. I would, if I felt there was no potential, I would tell you. You know me. I do sense sincere feelings there, but I also do sense there's some fear within him, and fear is the opposite of love, and if he's fearful of initiating a connection on a more romantic level at this time, it could just be what I mentioned earlier, like wrong place, wrong time. Doesn't mean it's never gonna happen, but I think, and maybe it is a case of two people really like one another, but it doesn't mean that they're supposed to be with one another. Yes, I think we both are going through yeah, and when two people are going through transitional periods, that can be really tough. I've been there before, where I like we like me and someone I've dated. This has happened a couple of times. We both clearly really liked one another, but we were both in really heavy transitional periods in our lives where it just was like definitely wrong place, wrong time, not wrong person. Like he feels like a good person for you. It just feels like the timing's off. But I wouldn't dismiss him as being a friend if because things again, wrong place, wrong time. That doesn't mean that things won't happen in the future. So as one of my older lady friends, her new boyfriend, she's like in her early 60s. Her new boyfriend is the guy that took her to her 6th grade dance in her middle school. They started dating like 2 years ago. So talk about wrong place, wrong time. They weren't meant to be together when they were 12, but now that they're older, they're like madly in love. So I love that story. I think that's just perfect. A perfect example of like, yeah, just because two people like each other, the environment and timing could be off, but also doesn't mean that it's not, that the potential's gone forever. So that is what I'm seeing for you. Thank you very much, Diana. Much love and light to you. And yeah, thank you. Miss Tisha, thank you very much for your donation, love. Were you interested in a 15 card reading, or did you have multiple questions? Oh, he's going through a breakup at the moment. Oh, I think that's also part of that world reversed. And when that card said I know I was a distraction for your pain, I think that was reversed. I think that he's in a lot of pain, and he's Gemini's, especially Gemini's, do this a lot. They distractify, with when they're in pain. That doesn't mean that he does genuinely like you. I see that, but yeah, if he's still processing, that's a heavy transition. Yeah. 2 questions. You got it, Miss Tisha. So one 10 card, one 5 card. For your first question, would you like it to be 5 cards or 10 cards? And you're very welcome, Miss Diana. I'm always glad to hear I gave clarity. The first one, you too, love. You have a great rest of your day. I'm going to see a horror movie later on. I forget what it's called, but I'm going out to the movies tonight. All right, Miss Tisha. So the first card is 10. First question is 10 cards. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Is Hillary talking to another woman romantically? Hey Philomena, no, there is no list. If you make a donation, you'll be next. We're currently on Tisha. We're starting with a 10-card reading, then she has another 5. But yeah, if you made a donation, you would be next. Thank you so much. Okay, Tisha, we have Death reversed, 10 of Cups, Page of Cups, the Moon, Queen of Swords reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, 4 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, and the Hanged Man reversed. So your question was, is he talking to another woman romantically? My answer is no. He is not communicating with another woman romantically. That's the good news. But there is someone who I think he's not completely over. I think she's over him. With this Death reverse card, the Hangman reversed, Queen of Swords reversed. I don't know if he really did her dirty, if this is an ex of his or what, but it's not reciprocated. But I do see that there is an inner conflict that he's concealing with the Moon reverse when it comes to another romantic interest. And I see that here with this Page of Cups and 4 of Pentacles reversed. I do think it's an X. I do get X energy with this 4 of Pentacles reversed. It's like he's like almost hoping that she'll just pop into his life. I don't think he has any intentions of taking action in terms of this. But does he still have affection for someone, and is he thinking about someone else romantically? Yeah. With this 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands reversed, this is telling me that there were unfinished. I don't think he was completely healed from a past connection, and it came to an end, but it also hasn't come, like, he's not, like, I don't even think they're talking. I don't even think she's talking to him. And, sorry, 1 second here. My phone is being weird. Yeah, I think that this is something that he Death reverse, he hasn't fully moved on. With this 10 of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, these are all cards of not taking action, not communicating. But that's not to say that I'm happy with him thinking about another woman when he's with you. That's not the right behavior, especially given all of the help and support that you've given him. I think it's really audacious for him to think about the past. And I'm telling you, whoever he's interested in or has this crush on, doesn't mean he doesn't still have feelings for you. But I do think he still has feelings for another person. I don't think he's talking to her because she won't talk to him. He knows it's over, but do I think I do think this is someone from his past, and he knows it's over. She's totally done with him. She may have even moved on to another person, likely, and it's not something I think that he fully healed from. I'm not saying that someone has to be a fully healed person in order to be in a relationship, but I mean, when you guys first started dating, he sounds like he was coming out of a lot of traumas, and I don't know if he went through a breakup right before you guys started dating, but this does feel like X energy that he hasn't processed. I don't think he's taking action. I do not think he's talking to her. But I do get the sense that there is another interest on his mind. But which, I mean, he should have so many other things on his mind right now. He's got much bigger fish to fry, and it might just be an escape mechanism, which I'm not saying makes it right at all. I don't like this energy at all. I'm glad he's getting treatment. There's a lot of healing that he still needs to do on a lot of levels. Yeah. Like, whoever this person is who he is thinking about, again, he's not talking to her. He's not seeing her. It's just something he never fully processed, and his mind is so scattered. I mean, we pull the Knight of Swords reversed for him a lot. His mind and his thinking processes are so scattered that, like, he's not mentally well, and I'm not making excuses for him either at all. But what I'm trying to say is he still needs treatment. He needs to just be. Meds are about acclimation. Even if he started taking them again, they usually don't start working until about a week in, depending on the type of meds. These things don't happen overnight, and I feel like you've helped him heal a lot, and he is continuing to heal, but he was very, very broken when you guys first met, and his mental health has deteriorated, and his thinking just seems very, very, very scattered, and not mind, like just not within the present moment. Like, he has no intentions of taking action. And I'm not making excuses for him at all. Like, at all. There's nothing okay about this. If you're with someone, you gotta close, at least emotionally close those ties completely. Tisha, do you have your second question, love? Or are you thinking about the next one? Is it related to this one? Thank you so much, Philomena, for your donation. Oh, you already posted your second question. Let me scroll up. I actually only see my first question is Hillary talking to another woman romantic? So I don't you may have posted it, but or you may have typed it, but it didn't come through on my chat. Could you please post it again, love? You posted it. I still don't see it. I the only thing I'm seeing is posted it, and then the last thing was you see my second question. Um, is it's not a whole lot of text, is it? Um, I don't know if you could try again, that'd be great. I'm really not seeing it, Tisha. I'm looking on my phone and my laptop, and it's not coming up. Um, you could always message it to me over Instagram real quick, or email it to me if it's not coming through. But I'm not seeing that. If someone else in the chat is seeing Tisha's second question, could you please copy and paste it for me if it's just my phone or and my laptop, because I'm not seeing the second question. Debbie, absolutely, absolutely, you will be in my prayers. Absolutely. I can't make it to synagogue tomorrow, but you are on my list. Oh my goodness, yes, lots of healing, love, and energy your way, Miss Debbie. I'm so glad that you're okay. Um, oh my goodness, yeah, sending you lots of prayers and love and light and healing energy. Wow, that's why you've been on my mind. Oh dear. Was this an emergency or was it scheduled? And Debbie, while you're here, or if anyone else in the chat is there, can anyone else see Tisha's second question? She said she posted it I think 3 times, and I haven't seen it. I can't see it anywhere. I just see her first question, but I need. Oh my goodness. Oh dear Debbie. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're okay, and I'm so glad you got the help you needed. Oh dear. Yeah, you are definitely in my prayers, especially tomorrow. I think I actually might end up. I think I might have to. Yeah. Anyway, regardless of whether I go to Shabbat tomorrow, it's Shabbat tomorrow, and you will be in my prayers. We do a healing prayer. I was going to ask my rabbi specifically to pray for you, but I can do that on Wednesday. See nothing but men and Nightbot. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not seeing it, Tisha. It's been it's been almost 3 minutes now. It'll be 3 minutes and 1 minute. If I don't see it in a minute, please send it over to my Instagram and we can commence with your reading. But I will have to move on to Philomena if I don't see your second question. Oh, your message. I was going to say, where are the men at? Where are the men at? I don't see them. I don't think there were any men here today. So it's interesting. I don't have too many male clients, but sometimes I have some nights where it's just like only my male clients. It's really interesting. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes now, Tisha. I'm still not seeing your question. If it's just not posting, please go over to my Instagram, or you can email it to me, and we will do your reading on here tonight. But I can't answer your reading, love, if I don't have the question. Philomena, thank you so much for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Philomena, please come to the chat and post your question. Thank you. What does Danny want to tell me? He ghosted me out of nowhere, and we've been no contact for almost 5 months now. He follows me on social media and watches my stories. He started commenting on my stuff last week, but I don't respond to him. Okay. I'm going to go lay down, but I wanted to let you know what happened. Sending love and light to everyone. Yes, go heal, go take care of yourself, go rest, Miss Debbie. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Gets me on board with praying for you. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to tell Philomena? And what do you know Danny's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What does Danny want to say to Philomena? Okay, we have Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Wands, Five of Cups reversed, and Knight of Swords. Yeah, he definitely wants to talk to you, Philomena. Holy moly guacamole. That's crazy too, because it's not crazy, but as I was shuffling your cards, I kept on thinking of the Eight of Wands reverse, but we have the Eight of Wands upright right in the center. I'm like, is he just lurking on her socials just for like shits and giggles, or does he have some kind of intent here? Knight of Swords. You are for sure, beyond just him looking at your social media, you are heavily on his mind right now. You mentioned that it's been 5 months. I'll tell you what he wants to say to you. It's very, very clear. I was gonna suggest using this deck that I used for Diana a little bit ago, this Hidden Truth Oracle, but I'm so glad that my instincts just said tarot, girl, because this is really clear to me. I think he wants to reinitiate things with you. And I think that he fully intends on actually reaching out to you in the not so distant future with this Eight of Wands. Now, I'm not saying that this is something you want. I'm not saying that this is something that you're going to go forward with. We simply asked what he wants to say to you, and I'm telling you what he wants to say to you. He feels badly, he feels sincerely regretful for ghosting you, and he wants to apologize. He wants to right his wrongs. This Five of Cups reversed. He wants you guys to at least work things out, to, if not romantically, at least like be on good terms and like work well together, cooperate together, like not have bad blood between you. At the very least, he does want something romantic. He does see a future with you, with the Wheel of Fortune. You didn't ask what his intentions are, but I'm telling you, I see it. This Eight of Wands is not just a card of communication, it's also a card of action. I see a man who fully intends on putting in the work in trying to, I don't want to say win your affections back, but I do think he is going to he's not just apologizing for self-serving reasons. It's the five. If this was upright, I would say I don't. The Five of Cups upright is often a hollow apology to me. When I see it, and I actually did a similar reading earlier today too, and I got the Five of Cups upright, and I read that immediately as a hollow apology. But when I see it reversed, that's someone who's processed and like fully realized that their behavior was not right. I don't have Gmail. I my I here's my email. Yeah, this is someone who fully does intend on reaching out. And again, I don't know where you stand emotionally with him. You know, you just said that you noticed that he's been looking at your socials. You're Knight of Swords. You are clearly very heavily, very deeply on his mind right now, and beyond that, he does want to reach out to you with intent, with sincerity. Now, whether you want that apology and if it means anything to you, that's one thing. Um, but I will say this does feel sincere, and it feels like he wants to turn a new leaf and not do this again and not behave this way again. Because when people ask like, oh, well, you didn't ask if he was going to apologize to you, but I see an apology. But when we talk about apologies, I always ask people like, well, okay, it's fine and dandy if someone apologizes, but if it's not sincere and if it's not going to change their behavior in some way or prove that they're going to turn a new leaf, then the apology almost means nothing, But this feels very sincere. Again, I don't know if he's someone that you're interested in, but this is just what I'm seeing. I do see a man who is very interested in trying in wanting to initiate something with you again. Well, thank you very, very much, Philomena. Much love and light to you, and I hope I brought you clarity there. I'm just checking my email really quickly here. Okay, so I'm on my email. Tisha, I don't see anything from you. Let me know when you've sent it. I'm also checking. Yeah, it's not in my spam either. So just let me know when you've sent it. Hey, Austin, how's it going, my friend? How are you doing? So, in the meantime, while we are waiting for Tisha, the donation queue is open. Okay, teacher. Yeah, and I don't know if you sent the email or not. Just let me know, love. And thank you so very much, Katie. Katie, thank you for your donation, love. Your name doesn't look familiar. Are you new to the channel? Katie, please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Oh, you're fine, Katie. You're totally fine. You can type it separately. I was just wondering, like, where is she? Hello. Okay, Tisha, I will be here. Thank you. How can I help you, Miss Katie? What does Spirit have to tell me about my arch nemesis seeing my show tomorrow night? What is your arch nemesis? Can I get their name? And what is your sign and what is their sign? Jacob Joseph Lang, both of our sons are in Leo. Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. What does Katie need to know about Jacob coming to her show tomorrow? The Hierophant reversed, Two of Wands reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups reversed, and Queen of Cups reversed. Oh, sorry, Queen of Cups upright. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, reversals galore indeed. And I pull a card for myself every day. It's something I've been doing for like 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years. I even have like a list of every single card I pull. Even if I'm sick, I pull a card for myself. And today my card is this, the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So I've been looking into it. What is speaking to me the loudest here is, now you mentioned that he is your arch nemesis. I don't know in what capacity, if this is creative. You said he's coming to your show. I don't know if you're a musician or a multimedia artist, but if this is some, I do see something about creativity here with this Queen of Cups. But the overarching message I'm getting from your spirit guides is mind over matter. Theater. You're an actress. That's very cool. Very cool. Like with this Ten of Pentacles reversed, like mind over matter. I know you. I don't want to say you hate him. Hate is a strong word, but maybe you do. When you described him as your arch nemesis, and you don't have to explain why. But Spirit is saying that he's actually going to be impressed. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's some rivalry here. Is that what's going on? Because this Queen of Cups is very much respect. Hate's too strong. Okay, so it's more like creative. Is it more like creative rivalry type thing? Because this Five of Cups reversed is also giving me that energy too. Like I don't see anything. Ooh, yeah. I'm not seeing you getting hurt in any way. I'm also not really seeing him making his presence that known. Like, he's going to be there. I have every reason to believe he's going to be there. But the Two of Wands reversed is giving me the energy of him not really showing himself too much, not like really announcing that he's there. He has personal beef with me and runs his mouth in the theater community when he's never worked with me creatively or professionally. I think I'm not seeing jealousy cards per se here, but the energy it's giving me, and I don't default to this. I don't know if I've read for you before, but I think it's a knee-jerk reaction for a lot of us to think, well, if someone behaves in that way for, sounds like no good reason, personal beef, even though, and runs his mouth on you, about you, even though you guys have never worked together, I'm getting some jelly. I am getting jealousy energy. He does admire your work, and I think that could be a place that it's definitely stemming from. It's not, because with the Hierophant reversed especially, you being on the stage, you being listened to, you being watched, you orating, he's not a part of this production. He's the audience. He's the watcher. You're the one who's giving the live performance. I see him keeping a pretty low profile. I'm not seeing like gossipy cards. Good news. I'm getting that he it's like he almost hates the fact that he admires your work. And I'm not like kissing your ass, or that's not my style. I'm very blunt. I'm to the point. If I saw like he just genuinely didn't like you as a human being, I would tell you that. But that's not the vibe I'm getting with this Queen of Cups. Yeah, hell of reversals, but that I feel the reversals are more on his energy. This Queen of Cups is how I think he genuinely sees you. And it doesn't feel romantic. I mean, it could be gay theater, you know. I did I do I model. I do figure study modeling, and I used to act, and I do still do some acting roles here and there. Um, but I know the theater and I know my gaze. So maybe I don't know his sexuality, but I'm getting more of a creative admiration. Yes, I'm definitely getting low profile. That's not to, and I was gonna say it's not to say he's not gonna run his mouth, because it kind of sounds like he's just a bitter Betty, but I'm not seeing that, and I'm not getting that energy. I'm getting low profile. Many people think he's gay, and that's awesome, but he's dating one. Oh, okay. Well, there's always lavender relationships, beards for sure. I was a beard many moons ago. I've been a beard in the past. Yeah, no, I don't sense it's romantic. I sense that it's definitely like, I don't know if you're getting more roles than him, if he's seeing more success in you, more accomplishment. The fact that the two of you are Leos also says a lot. You're my favorite sign. Leo and Gemini are my two favorite signs, but Leo number one. I'm an Aquarius, so I think we get along well, Leo and Aquarius. You guys, especially being an artist myself and being in the artist world, in the artistic community, yeah, Leos, yeah, they have a vision and they execute that vision, and there's definitely a lot of that competition. And competition isn't always bad, so long, there is definitely healthy competition, and it can be, yes, totally, sister signs. Really? Yeah, yeah. There's something about air and fire, We fan the flame for each other, Like I really like fire and air. I love Aries, sorry, Leo women and men. I think they're great. I've dated more Leo men than any other sign. Um, and Leo artists too. Yeah, and they have a vision, and yeah, and you accomplish it. I love that. It's because there's so many people with visions, artistically, or whatever vision, but they don't express it, and that's rad. So you break a leg tomorrow night, love, and yeah, I definitely see him keeping a low profile and enjoying your performance. I'm sure you'll slay. Thank you so much, love. Thank you again. And we just received a donation from Miss N. Thank you so much for your donation, love. So I still haven't seen Tisha yet. Hey girl, how are you doing? And you're so welcome, Katie. You're very welcome. I've been good. I've been good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. I've been busy, but that's always good. Um, yeah, going out to see a movie later tonight. Just chilling. Yep, yep. Went for a drive. I went to work at my other job earlier this morning, and then I went for a car wash because a bird pooped on my white car the other day, and it's like baked on, yo. I went through an entire ass car wash, and that is still on my hood. I'm like, for real. Anyway, enough about me. How can I help you, sweet Nadia? What is your query today? Sticky. Yeah, I think that's the case. Or according to ChatGPT, more like baked. That was what my ChatGPT said. She's like, girl, like, because I was gonna call the car wash place. I mean, it was a $15 car wash. Sorry, not 50, 15, but still, I want the doo-doo off. And yeah, no, apparently that's more you need like hand. I'm just so lazy, girl. How is my main boss, Mr. S, feeling towards me, like as a new employee at my new job? You've been there for a month now. You are an earth sign. You're a Virgo, right? Earth signs, y'all always be asking about work. I love it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how is Mr. S feeling about N as a new employee? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how is Mr. S feeling about N as a new employee overall? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how is Mr. S feeling about N as a new employee overall? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how is Mr. S feeling about N as an employee? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how is Mr. S feeling about N as an employee overall? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Mr. S feel about N as an employee overall? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Mr. S feel about N as an employee? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Mr. S feel about N as an employee? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Mr. S feel about N as an employee overall? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does Mr. S feel about N as an employee overall? Knight of Swords, Five of Wands, Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords. I saw that when I was shuffling, and Page of Wands. Okay. So so far, so good. Again, well, not again, but you have only been there for a month, which is, do you guys is it possible for you to request a review? A month, like, hi, Mr. S. I've been here for a month and I just really want to know where I'm at. If I could get a review on my performance thus far, that would really help me do my best job and know that I'm on the right track. That's just a question I'm throwing out there. But what I'm seeing here, so far, so good. I will say he's definitely got a close eye on you, but don't worry. Don't get nervous when I say that. He keeps a close eye on like everyone. He does keep an exceptionally closer eye on you, but not for not for any bad reasons. It's not like he feels like you're less competent than other employees, which he does watch like a hawk, definitely. It's with this Five of Wands, he watches you more because he feels like you have more potential than your other employees. He sees you as very adept. I mentioned I think the first thing I said was he likes what he sees so far. Nine of Cups, he's satisfied. So far, so good. We're not at 10. We're not at 10 yet, which makes sense. You've only been there for a month. You haven't laid the foundations for a 10 of Cups situation. But you're almost there, and that's pretty soon, given 1 month. Potential. He sees you as someone who absolutely has very, very strong potential for growth in in the company, at your job. With this Page of Wands, he acknowledged the page is the student, is page, knight, queen, king. The page is often perceived as the student. Wands being the realm of action. He sees you as like a student of action. He sees that it's not so much that he feels that you have room that you need to improve. It's more anybody, is going to, everybody and anybody at any new job grows over time. If I compare myself to how I was at my other job the first month I worked there to where I am now 4 years later, I'm slaying. Whereas the first day I was there, I was not, or the first month I was there, I was nowhere near where I am now, or in terms of competence and capability. And so that just happens over time. But in terms of potential, he definitely sees sees a very strong potential in you. And this Seven of Swords did make me a little nervous at first, but I'm glad I picked up my clarity book. The Seven of Swords is also about resourcefulness. I mentioned to you that he sees potential in you. He sees greater potential in you than he does in a lot of your other employees, most of your other employees. With this Five of Wands, you stand out. That's from a managerial perspective. That's strategic thinking. With this Seven of Swords, that's, taking action, not manipulation, but being strategic. Like, I see potential in her to really grow and shine brighter than she is now, and shine brighter than a lot of the folks that already work here and have worked here. He just sees a lot of potential in you in general. And I do think that he has his eye set further on the horizon in terms of possibly promoting you in some way, giving you more responsibilities and tasks, but also with compensation. So yeah, it looks good. Looks good. And well, thank you very much, love. I appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity there with your question. Thank you. And it looks like we also received a donation from Kay. Thank you very much, Kay, for your donation, my friend. Were you interested? Did you want a 5-card reading, Kay? Hey, please come. Yes, you got it, my friend. Please go ahead and post your question there in the chat. Thank you. And I hope you're doing well today. You got it. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thank you. we have Four of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Cups, Six of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Swords reversed, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Swords reversed, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, the Chariot reversed, the Tower, the Star reversed, the Hierophant, and Queen of Swords. Okay. Four of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and the Chariot reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed is usually a reminder, it's usually indicative of letting go of something, but it's also a reminder for the querent, being you, to let go of a particular area of your life where you've been trying to control an outcome. And we've talked about this before, and it's very Leo. You guys are good at controlling your destiny and controlling the outcomes of things, but there's only so much you can do, and it looks as though you have done all you can. Sorry, one moment. My light's getting wonky. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Then with this Six of Wands is recognition, accolades, victory, success, a win. This is telling me that with the Chariot reverse is it's things looking as though they're not moving in a forward direction, but it's also when paired with this Four of Pentacles reverse, it can also be a reminder that victory is still on the horizon, even if you're not seeing results as quickly as you want to see them. Right place, right time, things unfold the way that they're supposed to in the universe. They all have a connection, they all have a reason and a place and a time. And with the Chariot reversed, this is additionally telling me to tell you that it's okay to feel as though you're not at the helm, that you're not driving the car, so to speak, that you're not navigating the chariot, that you're not holding the reins, because you're doing all that you can and you're on the right path, but just because you're not seeing actual forward movement, possibly at this time in something, doesn't mean that victory isn't on the horizon for you, because Spirit is saying that it is. Then we have this Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Tower. Eight of Cups is usually a message of moving on, moving away from something or someone, or letting go of an idea or a dream, walking away from something, leaving something behind that is often disappointing, but instinctually it's something that you know you need to do in order to seek the ultimate truth, which I'm seeing with the Moon and the Ace of Swords reversed, that there's some murkiness when it comes to certainty in different areas of your life right now. And with this Three of Pentacles, paired with this Three of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork, working with others, shared goals, shared efforts, with other folks, working collaboratively. Um, if so, this Eight of Cups could be, I think we've talked about you wanting to find another job. I think this has to do with your work life. I think this is Spirit saying that you're going to be able to find another opportunity that will pay you, I think, better than what you're doing now at working full time. And with with the Tower, I feel like Spirit's saying like it's really like time to take action. There's no better time than the present. Um, Often the most difficult, or not difficult, but challenging or intimidating things are things that and I'm not saying you're procrastinating, but sometimes we put them off because they don't see, they're not in immediate need. They're not in our immediate need. Um, but in the long term, it is definitely something that's needed. And we just received a donation from Shateria. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. Let me go ahead and add you here. Six of Cups, Nine of Swords reversed, and the Star reversed. Six of Cups is about staying in the present moment, harnessing the present moment. It's fine to keep an eye on the future and be mindful of our future and set goals for ourselves with forward momentum, but that's usually, not usually, it's always done in the present moment. We don't take care of our future in the past, and we don't take care, if we take care of our future in the future, we usually end up missing out on opportunities. If you take care of it in the present moment, that's when you're going to be able to harness the most. And that's with this Nine of Swords reversed. I was mentioning possible fears holding you back from moving forward, from accepting change. And with this being the Crux card right here in the center, this is telling me that if you were to take that leap of faith and you know, find a new job, start at a new place, I feel that a lot of worries of yours and concerns of yours would be abated. It's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, we have the Star reversed, the Moon upright. I am getting a message of a lack of clarity. Eight of Cups, searching for truth, not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And when I say that, I don't mean you're depressed and you need something to live for, or look for hope for. It's more realizing that I think that there's much more out there for you than I think that you realize. You said the word realize twice, but I'll repeat myself. Yeah, there's more out there for you than you, because you're not actually physically seeing it, doesn't mean it's not out there. Because with this Eight of Cups is telling me that while you may have started looking for other positions, Spirit is saying that you haven't looked farther. You haven't looked as far as you should, or as hard as you should. And I'm seeing that here, the Moon, the Nine of Wands, and the Hierophant. They're saying that, yeah, there is something out there that you're not seeing that would be wonderful for you, a wonderful opportunity. And it does require you meeting your spirit guides halfway. This is not my opinion. This is just what I'm reading. What I'm seeing here is they are requesting more effort, more energy, more thought put into a shift in your job situation. Like there's hidden opportunities. Absolutely, yeah. Like you just haven't looked enough, or in or you haven't diversified your search enough, or you need to search more, or all three. But this Nine of Wands is saying, the Moon is saying that it's out there, you just you haven't seen it yet. Nine of Wands is saying you put in that effort, which you already have, that the stamina and strength for, and it will it will come to fruition with this Hierophant here. It will come to something solid and truthful. The Hierophant is representative of the truth, man. You will you like where what is unknown will be revealed. Again, with this feeling, these fears of the unknown, with this Ace of Swords reversed, or hesitancies around that which is unknown, possible feelings of current defeat, or not living up to the potential that you, or the goals that you set yourself up for. Spirit saying that it's entirely in your hands, and you're definitely on the right path mentally. It's just about taking action, opening your eyes, searching farther, diversifying your search. Queen of Swords, truth. Discovering the truth. Seeing the truth, coming to the realization of where and what that change is. And I really think that whatever this, and I do think it's work related, I do believe that it's going to holistically change your life, like your sense of self-worth, your, you know, of course, your professional life and your identity overall. But yeah, I think it like the ways in which you want to see your life, you know, just bigger and better. I see those coming to fruition with this new opportunity. Um, so yeah, this looks good. Okay. Thank you very much for your donation, my friend. I hope I brought you clarity there. And yeah, I know there's something amazing and better for you out there on the horizon. Miss Shateria, thank you for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. For sure. You're very welcome, Kay. You're very welcome. Did I see my crush today? I haven't seen him in a while, but seen a guy that looked familiar to me. What's his name? Shateria, are you there, love? I need to know what his name is. Shateria, are you there? I need to know what his name is to ask the question. Okay, we've been waiting for Shateria for a while now, so if you have a question, the donation queue is currently open. We are waiting on Shateria and Tisha. Everyone gets 3 minutes to post their question. That's just the rules. You did. Where? Oh, I no, you did post your question, but I need his name, love. I was asking for his name. I need to know what his name is for me to ask the question. I need to know what your crush's name is for me to answer the question for you. And we just received a donation from Jessica. Thank you so much, girl, for your donation. I hope you are doing well today. I'm doing great. I'm doing great, love. Thank you for asking. I'm doing super. Thanks for asking. I hope the weather is nice where you are. I hope your trip went lovely as well. It finally feels like spring again. It's been really warm here all week. It's been like 80, like in the city, like every day. Next week it's getting cold again, but this week it's been nice and warm. So I'm even wearing a tank top. Get that. Get with that. It was a very enjoyable weekend. And yeah, it's warming out here finally. Yeah. Much needed. Much needed. And isn't it the first day of spring on the 21st? So, like, the day after tomorrow? Yes. I used to hate the time change, but with my iPhone, I don't even notice the missing hour. It, like, just happened, and I didn't even notice. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the longer days for sure. For show. She was. Sorry. Want to quote a movie, but there's a bad word that I shouldn't say. Best line from the 40-year-old version. How can I help you, my darling? What is your question today? Are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? Angel Masters and Spirit Guides, are J and M still in a relationship? King of Swords, Page of Pentacles reversed, the Moon, Two of Swords, and Knight of Wands reversed. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it to me. M is who I think it is, right? It's Patrick's ex, right? Yeah, this to me looks like a no. We got no cups. We've got no union cards. I at first when I pulled this King of Swords, I was thinking maybe, but paired with everything else, no. I think they've cut things. I think they've parted ways here. This Two of Swords, they're not seeing each other. We have two of the Moon cards here. The Moon, Two of Swords reversed. They are physically not seeing one another. They are not. They're not in a relationship. There's no action taking place. Girl, there's no problem being nosy. It's all good. There's no act, and I don't mean it like, well, I guess I do. Yeah, pun. We'll say the pun. Well, the pun wasn't intended, but there's no action taking place. There's no action in the relationship, like no energy, and also that kind of action. Yeah, they've cut things off. Amicably, I would say it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel. I'm not getting bitter. We didn't ask if. Hi, Queen Empress Life, welcome. We didn't ask if it ended badly. We just asked if they were in a relationship. But from what I'm seeing, it does look amicable. But yeah, this is Page of Pentacles reversed. It's something that they're no longer holding on to. Shar, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for your donation, love. for an no, I don't do free readings. You're welcome, Queen Empress. Thank you. Well, I do free readings, but only for people's birthdays. So whenever it's your birthday, come back, darling. All right, we're gonna add Miss Shar here. Yeah, Jessica, they were engaged. Okay, so that's a big deal. Thanks for the tea. Yeah, and to be honest, it doesn't really surprise me because whenever I've read for her in the past, I've always got the vibe that she was single, or that she certainly, if she was single, she wasn't into the guy she was with. I think that we even had that conversation once during your reading. I think I even asked, like, or I think I even just said, like, well, she's single, and you were like, no, she's with someone. I'm like, really? Because this is not the energy of someone who's in a relationship and I think you even added that they were engaged. I'm like, oh dear, yeah, no, they've split ways. But yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. Oy vey, yeah, that's some tea. Well, thank you, Miss Jessica. Love and light to you, girl. Thank you very much. Shar, thank you for your donation. So you would like an expanded reading? Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. By expanded reading, you had one question, right, love? I keep seeing a lot of stuff online about nurses having a reputation for not being monogamous. Oh, so I'm not surprised you got that energy. Thanks so much again. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Jessica. I haven't heard that one about nurses. I have heard. I do know that I have heard there's a tendency for nurses to get married to doctors. I personally know of, like, off the top of my head, I know 2 nurses who ended up marrying doctors. Pretty common. Does Sakai still want to stay connected with me? This is one question, right, Shar? And what is your sign again? And what is Sakai's sign? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai still want to stay connected with Shar? When you say stay connected, Shar, what do you mean? Do you mean like just like you? Are you guys friends? Are you dating? Are you asking if he wants to just like to stay in your life? Maybe not romantically. Like, what do you mean by stay connected with you? Sakai is a Pisces and you're a Scorpio. Okay. We are friends. I have a crush on him, but he's married, so I don't want to hope anything more than friends. Okay, okay. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to stay connected with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to stay connected with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to stay connected with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain and continue a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain and continue a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to continue a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Does Sakai want to maintain a connection with Shar? 6 of Wands reversed, Temperance, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, Ace of Swords, 9 of Wands reversed, 4 of Pentacles reversed, the World, the Lovers reversed, 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, the Tower, Page of Cups, and the High Priestess reversed. Okay. So you asked if he wants to maintain a connection with you. Just cursory glance at this, yeah, his heart is saying he wants to maintain a connection with you, but his mind is he's got his foot down in terms of his intentions. As much as he wants to maintain a connection with you, he knows that there are a lot of obstacles. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there is, I do feel a romantic draw between the two of you, and that temptation is something that he is fearful, and I don't want to, yeah, I'm willing to let this go much further. I don't know how long it's been going on for, how long this connection has lasted. But yeah, this is a case of his heart saying yes, but his mind is saying no. Starting with this 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is reversed. Is a defeat, a feeling of defeat. Defeat is different from just losing out on something. We lose out on things every day in different ways, but defeat has an extra layer of it. It's more either having to lose something that you genuinely really wanted, or just life in general comes into you. It comes to play, and it's almost like fate is just saying, was dangling this carrot in front of him, so to speak, the carrot being you, so to speak, and he just feels like the universe is just like, this could never be. And yeah, Sam, I'm afraid I will accidentally break his marriage, so I've been holding myself back from contacting him as well. And that's, you guys are very much, I was kind of getting that feeling too. I'm like, I get this feeling that Shar is likely on the same page. It's likely not what you want to hear, but you're likely going to hear what you've been thinking too. He's defeat. It's like he really does have feelings for you, and he really did want this to continue, and still does, but knows that there's a threat, and knows that he's not strong. He feels that even though there's countries between you, he doesn't feel like he's strong enough to keep this platonic and not have it threaten his marriage. Which is also telling me, I don't know how strong his marriage is. I don't know how close they are, but that's not my business. People marry for all sorts of reasons, but then we've got this 3 of Cups here. This is telling me that he does value his marriage. He does love his wife. if the world were his way, he'd have the two of you. It'd be the three of you, three of cups. Like there's nothing here that's telling me that he, doesn't have feelings for you or doesn't value you. He made a vow to this woman who he does love, and it happened to be before you guys met, and who knows how things would have been different if you had met him before they had met each other, if you guys had met. Who knows? But that's really what I'm seeing is there's a strong value, strong affection for both of you, which is really conflicting him. And this Temperance card is interesting here. I just want a little bit of clarity here with this Four of Pentacles reversed and Two of Pentacles. Yeah, he's it's not like he's avoiding conflict. He's avoiding a tower moment. This Temperance here, it's like he wants peace, he wants harmony. He doesn't want this to end on a bad note. He doesn't want you guys to have any hostility between one another. In a perfect world, one of two things would be either he could have both of you, or he could have his wife and be able to have you as just a platonic faraway friend. But that's the thing, is he's already developed feelings for you that he feels he can't adjust. And I don't think it's a troubled marriage. I do think there is harmony there that he doesn't want to jeopardize. It's something that he's not willing to let go of, despite it being very difficult for him to let go of this connection. And again, this kind of echoes this Three of Cups with this Two of Pentacles. Like, he wishes he could balance you into his life. But the fact of the matter is, I think the biggest fact of the matter is what I just mentioned. In an ideal world, either he would have both of you romantically, or either one of you romantically, you or him or her, or be able to have you as a platonic friend. And that's very difficult for him to envision. Even though there's distance between you, he can't let go of the feelings that he developed for you. And yeah, we've got this Nine of Pentacles here. I feel like this is your guys' connection. I don't think it's been that long, but it's been deep, and it's very real. I definitely feel it's very real, and he definitely values you. And it's Nine of Pentacles. It's not Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is, in my opinion, is the strongest card in the deck. It's my second favorite card in the deck. And I pull a card for myself every day. I've been doing it for 7 years, and I've only pulled the Ten of Pentacles upright once. And on that day, I was asked to ordain in marriage. I pulled the Ten of Pentacles today, but it was reversed, so who knows what that means. But 9, the precursor to 10. Ten of Pentacles being a marriage card. Ten of Pentacles being the situation that he has with her. Nine of Pentacles being the situation he has with you. He values you. He has grown with you. But he knows that if he keeps you in a romantic context, or if he keeps you in any context, it will be romantic, or end up being romantic, because he's too drawn to you, and he doesn't want a tower moment. So he's deciding to close the circle, bring things to a close. Hi, Shateria. I know you posted your question. I've asked you several times. I don't know if you've heard me, so I'll type it. I need you to type. I need to know the name of your crush. Sorry, one moment here, Shar. Yeah, Page of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers reversed, and Page of Cups. Yeah, he's having to let go for practicality's sake with this Page of Pentacles reversed because he can't imagine having you in a non-romantic capacity with the Lovers reversed, and he can't imagine jeopardizing his marriage. Yet the fact of the matter stands, this Page of Cups, he has a crush on you. He's definitely developed feelings for you. They're still there. They're still, and he can't. He only sees them, uh, getting stronger if you guys continue your connection. And so yeah, he's really coming from a place of logic. So that's why he's resorted to. I don't know if he's ghosted you. I don't know if he stopped talking to you. But Ace of Swords, I mentioned defeat here. Ace of Swords is also defeat when it's reversed, but it's also ending communication. Swords being the realm of communication in the realm of the mind. It's an end of communication. He's not happy about it. It makes him sad, and he will miss you. With this Four of Cups, he did stop talking. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. And he's sad. He's sad. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm sure you're sad too, love. I just want to tell you what I'm seeing here, and this is what I'm talking about, where he's listening to his logic over his heart. The High Priestess reverse. That's someone who's listening to logic over their emotions. Which I think is easy. I don't want to say it's easier for dudes to do, but just from my observations, they tend to have an easier time listening to their mind more closely than their heart, and separating the two rather than trying to integrate them if there is a way, which seems very difficult here. So yeah, it looks like he does. Yeah, he does want to end the connection, but he's not pleased. It does sadden him deeply. What I notice from men is they can't really stay platonic once they catch feeling. Exactly. I have met a couple exceptions, but it's rare. But I have met a couple like in my life, like personal exceptions. But it was also like we had to have a talk. Like, I know you like me. I just don't like you that way, but I super value you as a friend. Are you cool with just being friends? And yeah, we remained friends, and they moved on, and I moved on, and it was just, it just was what it was. But yeah, a lot of the time, it was also surprising. I also didn't expect that, and I didn't know how honest he was being, but he was. It was always platonic, and feelings waned and went away, and we remained friends. But it's not common. And I think I think that's that way for a lot of people, women as well. Once you catch feelings, it's hard to just let go of those. Um, yeah. So that is what I'm seeing for you, Shark. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. I appreciate you as always, and I hope I at least brought you clarity there. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Shar. Thank you. So Shatiria, I don't know if you're not hearing me or not reading my chat. But I need to know the name of your crush in order to answer your question for you. Um, I'm doing a last call for donations. I'm doing a last call for you. I'm doing a last call for Tisha. Because I have to go. But I will be on again Saturday. So last call for any and all donations. Last call. Shatiria, you are here. Great, thank you. And okay. So his name is MD, and you want to know if you saw him. Was it today? Yes, today. Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Did Shateria see MD today? Ace of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, Four of Wands reversed, and the Lovers reversed. Yeah, you did. I think you did see him. I know we have a lot of reversals here, but Ace of Wands is always a yes card for me. It's how my guides and the cards communicate with me. That's a big one. Is if we see the Ace of Wands upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a nope. You said he's your crush. So I'm gonna guess that you guys. I don't know if you guys dated in the past. But I am getting that yes, you did see him, but I'm also getting energies of not so much excitement, but longing, a little bit of sadness. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm picking up on something else, but Four of Cups is, yeah, you've got Four Cups, and you're looking down at your three empty cups. But if you were to look to your right, you'd notice that there's a full cup just waiting for you, and those three cups, I think, symbolize your crush. This Queen of Swords reverse is often indicative of someone who feels kind of like slighted by someone, or it's often indicative of someone feeling wronged by someone, betrayed or wronged by someone. But I'm not getting that. I'm not like getting bitterness or resentfulness from you towards him. It's more like disappointment. That's the best. That's the word I'm looking for. Disappointment. Um, Also disappointment in the fact that you didn't speak to one another. This Four of Wands reverse. There was no reunion. That also speaks to the Lovers reversed too. There, you saw one, or I don't know if he saw you, but you saw him, and words weren't exchanged. There could have been an opportunity for a possible, like, hello, how are you? I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how things ended with lack of communication between the two of you, when the last time you guys communicated was. But I do sense a little bit of, yeah, some regret in that sense, like wishing that you had said something, and being left to wonder what he would have said. Hello, I'm sure, but what would have been said after that. And but yeah, to answer your question, you did indeed see him today. And I don't know how long it's been since you've like physically seen him, but like I saw a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in literally 10 years last week, and in a huge crowd of people, I immediately recognized them, even after all these years. Like humans recognize people they know, like their posturing, their facial recognition, their mannerisms. So yeah, you did see him, is what I am seeing. Thank you very much, Shateria. I appreciate you. Sorry about the communication delay there. Okay, so I'm gonna do my last call here. And last call for all donations. Also, Tisha. Last call for all donations, and also Tisha, because she has a 5-card reading. I almost said something but wasn't sure. Yeah, I didn't want to look like crazy. We looked and passed each other. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't have looked crazy. If it, I'm sure it was him. But if it wasn't him, say it wasn't him, I'm sure he would have just been like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I don't think I know you," and then you would have just been like, "Oh, sorry, never mind, I thought you were someone else." You know what I mean? But I totally get that, like, that where you almost like freeze up. It happened to me when I saw my ex's mom at the grocery store a couple of years ago, and I didn't know whether I should say hi to her, and she had the same look on her face too, and I didn't know if I pissed off her son, and like I didn't feel like I did him dirty. I didn't do him dirty. We were just both nervous, and yeah, we both recognized each other. But yeah, there's just definitely those moments. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations and for all Tishas. Tisha had a 5-card reading that she still needs to claim. As I mentioned, I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be on Saturday. As always, I take private donations, 2 different types. I do them by appointment only. Um, those are one-on-one via Zoom. And it's everything that you see here. The cards, me, only it's private, and you can give me all the backstory you need. And then I also do private readings at no additional donation amount, where you just send in your donation with your question, and I get back to you within, at the very latest, 24 hours, but I can usually get to you in like 1 to 3 hours. So that's great for reasons of convenience and, again, privacy, discretion, all that good stuff. Although that's not one-on-one, those are done over DMs over Instagram or typed over email. Last call tonight. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Last call tonight. Last call for all donations. Thank you very much. All right, looks like everyone is happy and taken care of. Thank you all so much, and I will see you on Saturday.